What's up, guys? It's Ariana. I want to tell a story time. There was a day I was in 2 car accidents, pretty much my fault, in one day. And it's pretty embarrassing. I haven't told, even my family this because I was so embarrassed. Oh my God, I'm such a silly bitch. How could this have fucking happened? So, I'm going to start by saying I was in Indiana, and if you're not familiar with that, it's the Midwest, and it snows and it gets icy, and there's very old roads. So that's my excuse. This was in the morning. I was going to drop my boyfriend off to work, and on the way there, I was trying to rush because obviously, I'm always late. Well, maybe you don't know that about me, but I'm always late. Kind of sucks. Trying to work on that. I was in a car that I had just gotten just a couple months ago, and it was the nicest car I'd ever had. What was this, 2013? I think it was October 30th. I remember exactly. It was a 2005 or 2006, I'm not sure, Nissan Altima. It was a Nissan Altima. It was black. I was so proud because before that I had a 97 or 93 Honda Civic, and then a 97 Saturn SL bullshit. So I was feeling myself all the time in this car. I was for the couple months I had it, I was driving all over the place, zooming in and out of traffic, listening to music loud, thinking I was the shit. Was way too old for this. What was it, 25 years old this happened? It's crazy. And oh my goodness, look who's here and just watching. Why is he just sitting right here? This is so cute. So I was always just zipping around town. My boyfriend then would be you need to stop driving like this. There was a time I had his dog in my back seat, and he had his head out the window, and he was driving. He saw me driving with the dog in the car. I was just dude, my dog is going all over in the back seat. You were driving too wild. Stop driving like that. And I guess I just hadn't really been in a serious accident at that point. I'd only been a fender bender, and I guess I just thought that I was really good at driving or something. I don't know. So anyways, this morning I was taking him to work. It was not snowing, and if it was snowing very, very lightly. It was one of those days where if you live somewhere cold, the roads are pretty clear, but there's piles and piles of snow pushed to the sides of the roads. There's ice in certain places. There's places where there'll be a bridge, and then the ice won't melt, and you'll just see cars daily in the ditch right next to it on your way to work. 3 or 4 cars. Then then they come, tow those out. On your way home, there's 3 or 4 more cars, and it's just that every day. So people get in accidents quite a bit there, it feels like. So I was at a light, and you think at least at this point in my life, I thought yellow, the person in front of me was going to go. I was falling probably way too close, and I assumed he was going to take it with the yellow light, and he didn't. Stopped. I slammed on the brakes, and I slid, and I hit the back of his car. I'm oh my God, get out. And he gets out. He's a college kid or something. We exchange IDs. It really wasn't that serious. But then we both realized, oh my gosh, there's no damage. There's not a scratch. There's not a dent, a bump, anything. So I'm oh my God, hell yeah. And not only this, I did not have insurance. At this point in my life, I didn't realize insurance was different than let's say if you don't pay your cable bill, they'll let you add up 2 or 3 months, and then they'll threaten to turn it off and stuff. I thought it was like that with insurance. So I hadn't paid when it was due, and so I was 48 hours past their little 9-day grace period. So I wasn't months and months. I just thought that you could stack a couple bills on top of each other and pay it whatever. So I didn't realize it was that big of a deal. And so it's pretty cool. I get back in the car. He gets back in the car. I'm like, oh my God, I'm the shit, blah, 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 nothing, you know, still in my dumbass head. Didn't humble myself fucking yet. So I drop him off. And like talking to like some people there that I know, and I'm just like, oh my God, I just got in this accident and still made it and didn't even cause any damage, blah, blah, blah. Like, so stupid. So then on my way back, I would go a certain way to drop him off, and then I would come around a different way to come home. So I was going a different way, and this was a windy road in Indianapolis called Country Club. And it was a road kind of like this, and it has houses on. It's like a 45-mile-an-hour road, but there's also houses. Like where I live now, you don't see houses on a 45-mile-an-hour road, but I guess back in the day when these homes were built, you know, maybe cars didn't go that fast or something. I don't know. I know it wasn't built that long ago, but I guess people didn't realize you don't put like, you know, driveways that people have to back out into on a 45-mile-an-hour road. That's just ridiculous. But so that was the predicament I was in. I came around like a corner. There was like this little like lake pond thing. I'm listening to music. For some reason I feel like it was Radiohead. Anyways, so I'm listening to music super loud, you know, on this winding road that I always come home on. And someone is pulling out of their driveway, come around this corner, and there's a truck stopped in front of me. There's a car, you know, pulling out of his driveway, so that's why it has like two different cars behind it even. And so I'm like, slam on my brakes, say holy shit, and can see it like happening. I like know what's gonna happen. And if I turn right, I'm going into water, and if I turn left, I'm going into incoming traffic. And even though, like, I knew something bad was coming, like, I should have probably just gone into the water, right? I don't know. I fucking went into incoming traffic, like, it sounds so terrible, like, and I hit some poor kid. You know, it wasn't, I totaled my car. I think I totaled his car. No one got hurt. No one left in an ambulance. I didn't hit the car in front of me, but I did hit the car in incoming traffic. So, like, I don't even know what to say about that. Me and this kid, and now the cops are out there exchanging information and stuff, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna take care of whatever. And yeah, that's how I lost my car after just a couple months. That's how I got in 2 car accidents in one day, and it could be even 2 car accidents in like less than 2 hours. Does that happen in real life to people? I cannot believe that. Yeah. So unlike the first accident, I had to actually exchange information with this kid and give the cops my information. And my insurance showed lapsed. And I had no idea that it was going to. It was like, fuck. You know, so I got a ticket for having no insurance. And that is something you definitely never want to do. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. I not only got that ticket, but also I got punished by the MVD, the motor vehicle department, and got my license taken away for 6 months. And I got dropped my insurance. And it caused problems between me and my boyfriend. He was upset that I was never listening to him about the way I was driving. And I also, you know, made it so we had to share his car. He had a work truck at that time and his own car, but that wasn't like working that good. So, and also I wasn't supposed to even be driving. So few times I was driving, I, you know, was using his car, and the other times he had to take me everywhere. And so that caused a problem in our relationship. And then after that 6 months was up, guess what? I had to get an SR22 for, was it 3 years afterwards, which is something that like your insurance has to send the MVD every month to show that you're an insured driver because you had been shown to be an uninsured driver before. So it's like an extra, for me, it was like an extra $30 or $40 a month they charged me, and times 12, that can be like way more on your insurance every month. So that sucked. And they also didn't tell me that I didn't need it anymore. So I was paying for that SR22 for like a year after. You know, because it's not always from the date that you like got in the accident. It's from like the date that they charge you or that you get your license taken away. So I didn't know exactly. But anyways, I also consulted a lawyer before, and I could have got a hardship license, which was a license in Indiana where you could go to work, and for certain things, certain hours, you could use it, but I would have to pay him $600. At that point, I didn't have money like that, but it just kind of sucks thinking that like if I had $600, I could have, you know, had my license back pretty much for what I needed to use it for. But yeah, so I not only lost my car, I wasn't covered by insurance, and I got all of the legal issues, so that sucked. If you learned anything from this video, always make sure that your car insurance is current. And yeah, so if you've ever, you know, gotten 2 accidents in one day, let me know, because that'd be pretty fucking crazy if someone's as clumsy as I am. Stay safe, don't drive crazy, and make sure that you have car insurance.